In this session, we are going to look at how to create content in either anywhere polling or self-paced polling. So we've launched the TurningPoint Desktop app and we're going to go to Content. We have two options up here. We can create folders just to better organize our content. Over on our Content tab, we're going to see the option to create new, and we're going to say Question List. It's going to prompt us for a name, and we're going to do example question list. You can type in a description here. This just makes it easier to find later on, but we're going to say new list. It's going to prompt us for any presets that we have, our total number of questions, total answers, question type. These are defaults. We can change any of these as we go through in our building of things. If we want to show results, we can use countdown timers, correct answer indicators. This is all stuff that we can do as set up as presets so that it just makes it easier to create in the future. Right now, I'm going to leave it as a default, and we're going to click Save. It's going to bring us into our builder. And I'm going to make this screen just a little bit bigger so we can see things a little bit easier here. So we're going to go into our first question. It's going to default to 1 because that's what we did it. So I'm going to click this little pencil icon over here to bring me into it. So we're going to get our option to enter our question text. And we're going to go down here and enter our responses. Now, one thing I want you to notice is we do have a lot of options on how we can build our responses here. You can even insert images into these responses, so it makes it pretty nice. And you can add any extra rationale down here if you need to. Our question options are very similar to what we saw in PowerPoint. We can choose whether or not we want an anonymous question type. We have our bullet format. Once again, A, B, C, D is our best options here. We can choose multiple responses if you want. Multiple responses, once again, are pick as many that apply. In this case, we can have a response limit of 2. We can go up to 10, which is the limit on multiple choice question types. We can show our results. This will be after the questions have been responded to. We can see the first response, correct answer indicator, countdown timers, response grids, so on and so forth. We can select our correct point value and incorrect point value. Once again, if you are doing this for participation, we do recommend setting correct and incorrect point values. 5 and 2 are a common one to do. And we can select our correct question, our correct answer here. And we can close out of this. Okay, when we want to add our next question type, we'll click this question down here and click Add. Now, one of the things I want to show you is we have our question 2 text here. So I'm actually going to close out of this so that we can see. So we have question 1 and question 2. Default is multiple choice. Now we can drop our choices here and change this to a short answer, a numeric response, a hotspot, true false, matching, essay, a demographic assignment, and priority ranking. There's not as many choices here as there are in our PowerPoint, but we do have a lot of choices. So let's look at a short answer. We're going to click the pencil over here to once again go into our short answer. And we're going to type in our question. And once again, we can set some of our question options. Once again, anonymous allows us to remove the student person from the answer. So there's no connection between what the students answered and who they are. We can show our results. We can add any of this information here. We've got our correct answer. We can say there is a correct value, and we are going to say, and we have our second question. we're going to create a new question. Control N or Command N will give you your new question choice here. And we're going to go to a numeric response. We're going to double click just to go into it. So you can double click or click on the pencil. And we can put in our question. Once again, all of our standard options over here, we are going to say there is a correct value, and the correct value is 4. We are going to add another question here. This time we're going to go in here and add a hotspot question. It's going to default with looking for an image to use. We're going to click on my UT map here and click open. Now this one's a little bit different because we got to double click into it. And we've got to say, we got to enter our question type. And we got to go over here and click on this edit hotspots. When we click on edit hotspot, it brings up our full image. You can drag it to make it bigger to be able to see it. You could change the image if necessary, but we want to add our hotspots. And once again, we can add as many hotspots as we want to make sure that we only cover the area that we want. So you can see that I can add multiple in here to draw any type of shape that I want just to cover the area. Now, for sake of time, I'm just going to draw a large box around here and click Save. So now we have 4 questions. Let's add another one, and we're going to look at true false. True false is just a very basic question type. It allows us to ask a true false question. So we're going to say we are the volunteers, and we're going to say that is a correct answer. Our next question type is a matching question type. So let's go in here and explore this one. So the matching question type allows you to put 2 options with or match question answers. And we're just going to say match the following. And I'm going to get rid of this down here. And so we've got a couple, not the greatest order because they are in order. Now I can drag these around so that they won't be in direct order. But we can say 1 is football, 2 is basketball, and 3 is... And we can close that question. Our next question type is the essay question type. The essay allows you to do long form answers. Students get to respond with these. There is no right or wrong with these because they are essay and they expect long form questions. Next, we have our demographic assignment. And this allows you to arrange your students in a team if you need to. And you can actually set it up to be able to use in a competition if you want to. One more question type here. Occasionally this gets a little squirrely and you have to add questions that way, but we're going to do a priority ranking. And we're going to go here and edit. And we're going to close that question. So we have built all of our question types here. Now, some of the neat things that you can do, you can actually print this off so you can do a student copy, a teacher copy, and answer key if necessary. The other item that you can do is this versioning. So we can click to add a version and say new numbers, adjust our versions, that type of thing, so that if we're giving this out as a self-paced, students will get different versions, so they won't be able to look over on the others and see how people are responding. So versioning is a neat little thing there. So, but that is all there is to creating a question list. So we're going to save and close, and we're going to see my example list is right here, and we can actually scroll through it and see the different options here. In the next session, we'll look at how to deliver content through a question list like this.